Hey, what is up guys, Richard Am here, and today we're back with another amazing tape buffet tutorial for you guys. And before we get started, can I ask you guys to please kindly smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps me out a lot and I greatly appreciate it. And with that said, we're gonna get right into it. So right now we have the number 4 guard and we're just kind of running that through everywhere across the head and making sure we're going against the grain, as you can see. And I just want you guys, as I'm doing this, to just take a quick look at his head shape and his hair density, and especially how his head shape really forms. As you can see the dips around the taper areas, and I just want you to keep that in mind. So now that we have everything nice and even, we're just gonna use our trimmers now to create our base for the taper, and we're just gonna do this all around the head, creating our outline around the perimeter. So now that we are done with that part, we're gonna move on to our actual taper, and we're starting out here with our 0.5 guard all the way close. You just see me switch clippers right there. There really was no reason for that. I don't even know why I did that myself. But right here we're starting out all the way open with no guard and slowly closing the lever until it's all the way blended. Right after that, we have our number 2 guard all the way open, and really look at where I'm stopping. If you look at the head shape, you can see kind of where there's kind of like a bump at the very top before it recedes inwards, and that's exactly where I want to leave it at. I don't want to go any further up than that. And right here we have our 1.5 guard all the way open, and now slowly closing the lever until it's all the way closed. So our next step right after the 1.5, we have our number 1 guard all the way open. Again, we always start open and then work our way to it being all the way closed. You guys can see already how the taper is already coming together. And lastly, we're just gonna go back to our half guard all the way open. We might close it a little bit just to touch it up, but this should complete our fade, and then any additional work that you see, it's just gonna be detail work. And I did use a number 3 guard here just to get rid of a little bit of the darkness, transitioning from the number 4 to the number 2.5. And again, you always have to follow it up with the shaver. It just makes it pop to a whole new level as you get more of a fade transition from light to darkness. And if your client has a beard, you always want to kind of fade that in as well. You never want to leave this a dark line there, it's gonna look so bad. And for him, I'm just fading down, again super simple, not going too detailed into this. It's just to have it quickly blended in to match the whole haircut. And on this side, we're going to be doing the exact same thing, starting out with our half guard all the way closed. And I just want to see if you guys remember the steps, so I'm just gonna let you guys sit and watch along. If you guys have watched my past videos, that you guys know that I love to finish off all my work on the sides with this scissor over comb techniques with the texturizing shears. Just a great way to kind of get things all blended in. And now with the back here, we're just gonna follow the exact same system that we did on both sides. And for the back, generally I don't want to go past the occipital bone. And if you guys do not know what that is, that's the bone at the back here that protrudes outwards. And just a rule of thumb is that you just don't want to go above that point of the head. And you guys don't really need to be able to see where the occipital bone ends. When you run your clipper through it, you should be able to clearly feel exactly where it stops and exactly where you need to stop with your taper fade. And I just want to mention that it's always good to have a system in place for when you're fading, for whenever you're doing anything, so you're not always thinking, you're not wasting time thinking what the next step should be. So when your hands just kind of move automatically, you save a lot of time and it just flows a lot better. So always have a system in place, guys, whether it be fading down or fading up, whatever it is, have that in place so you're as most efficient as possible with every single haircut that you do. Look at that angle right there. Ooh, sheesh, that haircut is coming out blurry. And right now we're just gonna using our number 4 guard. We're just gonna run it across his head just one more time, just making sure everything is nice and even. Now we're just gonna clean up the back of his neck a little. You don't want any hairy back action going on, especially when they can see above the shirt. And I always like to finish off the haircut with a straight razor for the back. Creates a nice and smooth feel, and it's just a pleasant experience. So this is essentially the finished product. I've got to take a nice before and after, but you guys saw how it is. And if you guys have any questions or anything you want to say, please leave it down in the comments below. I'm going to respond back to every single person. And with that said, I'll see you guys in the very next one.